Mic check. I used to cop a lot, but never cop no drop. Hold mics like ponytails tight and bobble ops. Stop, stick around, come through and dig the sound of the fly around 606 cycle. Stick around, bound to go through black.
Word, yeah.
Yeah, some people are like super nervous to touch it because they're like, oh, equipment. And I'm just like, no, you can move it however
Nah, I be playing music.
you need to.
I got microphones in my house.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You do you're like a guy. You do a lot of things. You do like music shit all the
I
time.
love music, yeah.
I know. So what kind of instruments do you play?
The first instrument I started on was trumpet, jazz trumpet, and then I'm self-taught on piano and bass and trombone and guitar.
When did you start trumpet?
When I was 12. I guess I played violin before that, so in 4th and 5th grade they gave violin classes, but I couldn't play a violin right now if you put it in front of me, but I was playing trumpet today.
Did your parents sign you up for it?
No.
Or you wanted to do it?
I think they didn't. They weren't even like. My parents really didn't like pay attention to what was happening throughout my life. So I think I asked to do it. I was like,
Yeah.
they're giving violin classes. Can I get a violin? And they were like, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then for band and playing like trumpet, and once it came to middle school, there was like this band camp program that was offered, and my sister was in band before me, so she was like, you should do band camp because then you get to be in concert band instead of beginning band.
Oh, really?
And band camp was just 2 weeks of like, you pick your instrument, you get the basics down, whatever, and then you don't have to do beginning band, which was like, they didn't even get their instruments for like the first couple months, so that was a big step in the right direction. I got a leg up on a lot of my friends that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because I was in band for 1 year. It was in 9th grade. I played the oboe.
Hard. Yeah.
Because I couldn't play anything else. I wanted to be a drummer because I wanted to be cool, but I couldn't play the drums.
You would make a great drummer.
I feel like I've
Yeah.
got the like the aesthetic, like, you know, like a I don't know, like Travis Barker before he went trans or something. Yeah, but no, I played the oboe, and I remember for the first few months they made us read sheets before they would even give us instruments.
Yeah.
They're like, you're not touching shit until you guys even understand how to read music.
Yeah.
We didn't understand how to read music.
Yeah, there's no context.
Actually, it was middle school. It wasn't even high school. It was I went to Delora. Did you grow up? You grew up in not here. You grew up not here.
I grew up in Winter Park,
Winter
Florida.
Park.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so you were in Florida, yeah. Well, I went to middle school over here. Yeah, it was like 6th grade. Yeah, 6th grade band, not 9th grade. I was not. Did you do drama in high school?
No, all my electives were band.
Yeah, you
music
seem
stuff.
you
Yeah.
seem like a drama guy.
I
Like,
get
you
that a
seem-
lot. Yeah.
You
and-
look like you do. You'd enjoyed like improv and stuff.
Oh, I hate improv.
Really?
I hate improv. I like acting's fine, but improv is crazy.
Really?
It makes my heart sink actually watching improv. I'm like, wow, this is inappropriately bad.
I've never seen it. I never like been in person or done it in person.
When it's good, right? But
Yeah.
it feels like a lot of the like the level of like open mic showcase comic equivalent for improv, like showcase improv, it's like pity laughs or like, thank God that was remotely funny. Now I can finally laugh, like type thing. Like
Really?
the audience reaction it's sort of like crowd work, how it's like, oh, thank God they said something funny, because there's so much tension with improv because everybody's faking stuff on stage and it's just like so inauthentic a little bit. So when there is finally a laugh, it's great. But like, I know people who are really good at improv. My girlfriend's super good with improv. She's doing the classes at SAC right now, and she's just really quick with it. But I mean, I've never mastered it, and every time I watch it, it makes me nauseous. Yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you like comedy, because you like being authentic.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
being in control of what I'm saying.
I
You
see
know
what
what I
you're
mean?
saying,
Sharing
yeah.
that with somebody else
Not
is
being forced to be like, you can't do any written stuff. Go.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, not being able to edit.
Yeah, really.
Editing's the whole game.
So you said you were writing today. How do you? I'm gonna ask you advice. How do you stay disciplined? And like, so here's where my frustration is when I'm writing, right? anytime I do choose to sit down and write, which the longest streak I've had was like 5 weeks, I think, of every single day, at least 30 minutes. Like it was almost like an hour every day.
That's really good.
But I just like, as soon as I miss a couple days, it's like, all right, I'm not doing anything. Or when I go to like go back to it and sit down, I've had these past 2 weeks where I've just been blank, like completely. Like I've gotten a couple here and there, like, you know, in the middle of the day, like driving, like, which is always pretty much. But like when I go to sit down and write, I'm like, I don't even want to sit down and write, because what is going to, it's like I have to, like, I have no choice but to sit there and just let shit come to my brain. Like,
Right.
what do you do?
So there's a couple ways that I think help. So discipline is like out the window. When I find that like I have to discipline myself and do it every day, it never is what I'd like it to be, in terms of like my productivity or the way that it feels. But I do really like picking a day, riding my bike to Starbucks and like stranding myself at Starbucks. So that's a great way to keep myself in the bubble of writing and not get distracted. I like delete Instagram and Facebook off my phone, and I sit and write in the notes app. And I'm stranded, so I like don't want to get back on my bike and go home, you know. That's one way that I like to do stuff, and I'll do that the discipline way, where it's like I don't leave until there's like a joke of some kind written. But oftentimes I won't even tell those jokes. Like they need to go through like phases of editing before they're ready. But sometimes you get like lucky and I'm like, this is actually good. I'm excited about this. This is going to be how I start my set tonight. Like stuff like that. Recently so this month is the first new material showcase. It's on Saturday.
Yeah, I saw that. Congrats. That's
thank you so
awesome.
much. I'm so excited about it. I hope we can draw a crowd. I'm going to slam the Facebook ads, but, I have been, you know, like writing extra new stuff for that. And I think that's more like output goal oriented. You know what I mean? Like now it's like there is a deadline for 5 to 7 new minutes of material that I have every month in front of me for the foreseeable future. So my writing has taken on a lot more discipline and a lot more like shaping it out, filling it with tags, you know, like every version of a premise that I can dig out of this one premise, you know, like how many different ways can I take this apart and put it back together and make it funny. So I think that's a good way for volume, like to get as many jokes as possible out of one premise, is to have a goal for how much time you have to do with that joke, which I don't think is like common. This is real new to me for that, but it feels easier and harder. Like I'm more driven to dig into all the little quirks of it that might be funny, instead of just being like, this is the funniest part of that, I'm gonna leave it at that. And I watch a lot of like specials, and I feel like that's something that they will do. Like sometimes they'll hammer a premise for like 15 minutes and like 70% of it isn't getting AA laughs, but it's still in there, you know. And I think that's because they're trying to meet a quota of 45 minutes or an hour and a half. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, no, it's, I'll have to say, when I was doing the consistent writing, like when I was really disciplining myself, and I think one of the biggest motivators was I was trying to have new material every week for Grumpies. And I was just like, every week I want to have something new for the open mics for the whole week, so that way I can try out new stuff. I think what also stopped me from like writing new stuff was I've been more focused on like intentionally speaking about my life happenings instead of just writing pure just jokes, because I had a phase where I was writing like one-liners and I was like doing stuff like that, but I wasn't like super excited about it. I was just like writing jokes to write jokes, and going through like kind of like writing on stage things about like my real life. I get excited about that, but when it comes to my real life, like I'm like I like lose memories, and they come at random like, you know how when you get those random like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. It's like sometimes I can't force those memories to come, so I get like frustrated. But I think, yeah, having a deadline, that makes sense, to like have something that you have your goal oriented, because if I have no goal, I'm not gonna really. Yeah.
I'm such a procrastinator, and
Me too.
yeah, if that wasn't like sitting there, I would have been way lazier this month for sure. Also, I try to keep it fresh, so like the bike was a thing that I did like very seriously for a while. I kind of hurt my knee, so I'm like, how do I keep this like system going? Like I don't want to just drive there. Like it's less cool. Also, there's something to be said about getting some like aerobic exercise before you do something creative, I think. But now I've been writing with a typewriter, which is by all counts worse. Like, it sucks. I have my jokes printed out. I typed them up today, and it just takes forever, like, to do 6 drafts of a joke. That's 6 different pieces of paper where I have to write every word. Like, it's tricky, and then I mark them up with pen, and then I rewrite them again with the typewriter, and then I mark them up with pen, and I read them to my girlfriend. I'm like, is this good? Like, and she's like, no, that section's too much, and I'm like, okay, I'll fix it. It's good to keep it fresh, I think, but I'm as of today really missing writing on my phone. Like, that was the copy paste is so helpful, moving sections around, the ability to just edit quickly. You can type so fast on a phone. It's real convenient. Also, the like spacing, I find it's really nice to make things spaced out in the Notes app and like have it. It looks like poetry when it's written. You know what I mean? Because I try to keep everything short.
Yeah, I should do that, because I think another frustration was I was getting annoyed that I was writing on a little 4x3 book. And my hands are like sweating because my hands are constantly sweaty, so the paper's like wet. I'm trying to write jokes and the paper's just like crumbling beneath my hands, so it just doesn't work.
You gotta
maybe
find a good process.
I need to change. I need to find something new that I'm excited about. You're right. Well,
I would not recommend the typewriter. Yeah.
Thank you for walking me through this and letting me know I shouldn't get a typewriter.
Oh, anytime, Queen. Yeah, well, maybe. So mine's mechanical, but I've been seeing the electric ones. They're a lot faster. It's a lot more like typing on a computer, but it's the same thing in terms of like wasting paper and like taking forever.
I saw one of those. I reached Anthony Popoli has one. He posted about it, and I was like, what's that? That looks cool. And he was like, yeah, it's like basically like an electron typewriter. I'm like, that's cool.
He's got the free write. Yeah.
Maybe that's what that is.
Those are like $400 or something. Yeah, those are crazy.
Yeah, okay.
But they make, so like after they have mechanical typewriters, which is the one that I have, which has the big ass levers where your force on the key is what moves the lever that slams the stamp into the
tendonitis in a box.
Oh my god. Yeah, there's actually a lever on mine that had a plus minus, and it's like this lever, and I didn't know what it was. It was just all the way to plus, and then I googled it yesterday because I've been typing for like 3 days, and it was like, 3 days. That's how that's the tension. That's the key tension. So I just slid it all the way over. It's so much easier. I'm like, what have I been doing? But it really helped with piano. I was like ripping on scales, like my pinky's working real hard.
Like buff ass fingers.
Yeah, just like doing. Like,
you're like, anybody need testosterone? I got one right here.
But they have electric typewriters, which are sort of the same thing, but you plug them in and they have a motor in them or something. I don't know how it's electric, but you hit a button and then you can hit it like lightly or hard, but it always slams the key for you.
Okay.
So you can hit it like as light as you want. It's like typing on a computer, but it just controls
the hammers. Have a computer.
Yeah, you may as well have a computer. I get so distracted on my computer.
That's the thing. Yeah, there's so many. So I'd be like, typing? No, let's play some RuneScape.
RuneScape? Dude, I've been playing Age of Mythology for like 3 days straight now.
Really?
Do you know Age of Mythology?
No.
It's like one of those like, control a little civilization and you fight another civilization, but it's like match by match, and each match is like, I've been playing on medium for like my entire life, like since I was a child, and I just started recently bumping it up to hard, and now the games are like 3 times as long because this computer's beating the crap out of me. Like they're so fast, and I just like suck at it. And it's so hard. I'm burning like days playing this game. It's real. My girlfriend comes home, she's like, "Are you still playing Age of Mythology?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yeah. I've been trapped in here. My Xbox is right back here. I just play Call of Duty all day in here. My husband comes home and he's like, "Oh, she's in there playing games again." The new one, the Black Ops 6.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of people like talk shit about it, but it's the people that like play Fortnite and like those games, and it's very different. Like it is kind of changing because they're adding like characters and stuff, but whatever. The game functions like when I was a kid, like the old Call of Duties. So that's why I like it so much, because I'm like, oh, they brought back like the old weapons. Like, it's a good time. They have some like older maps that occasionally come back, and it's like it's fun. Yeah, Nuketown's in there, so I have Nuketown 24/7 on my thing. Yeah, it's a good time.
Bless. Yeah.
But No, yeah, video games have recently come back into my life because I never made time for them before. I was always like, oh, let me go do other shit that I don't really care about.
Yeah.
And as lame as like video games are, they bring me like a childhood happiness.
Oh, yeah.
Like I can escape for, it's like reading a book. You can escape for like a couple hours.
Mhm.
Video games aren't bad. Don't take them away.
Yeah. Are people thinking about taking them away?
I don't know. I'm sure not now with Trump, whatever. I don't know. It seems like, you know, you can't say, they say fuck in the game, but God forbid you say retard. It's a problem.
Yeah, right.
It's weird.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
But anyways.
I feel I have that video on my Instagram of me doing my autism bit where I say retard.
Mhm.
And every time I apply for jobs, I don't even get anything back. I wonder if that. I wonder if I
Maybe.
should just archive it. Like,
Yeah, just archive it, see what happens.
it's got like 2 million views.
It can
Like,
just be a social test to
Yeah.
see if you actually get hired when you take the video down.
I would love that. Yeah, I'm interested. I'll try it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Not that I need a new job, but just apply to see what's up. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. You
Yeah.
could do like what that you see Sean's videos.
Which Sean?
Sean Madden,
Yeah.
his videos of him applying for jobs.
Oh yeah, the Florida Man interviews.
It's
He's like
crazy.
laying down. Yeah, those are funny.
The fact that people like stay on the call is crazy because it's like you see some shit like a guy laying in a bed, you're like, all right, click, goodbye.
Yeah.
These people are like, oh, this is interesting.
I wonder how many. What kind of positions are these? I gotta watch them all the way through. I gotta ask him what his system is because half the time I can't even get on a call.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you getting all these interviews?
Yeah.
What resume are you saying? It's like government professional of like 25 years, and this guy pops up.
Yeah.
He should post the resume. He should.
That would be dope. Yeah, I'd love to see. I'd love to have Sean Madden edit my resume.
Yeah.
So I can get in the room.
It's a good original idea. I've been trying to. I want to come up with an original idea for like a showcase,
Mm-hmm.
like just something. And I have one, but it's a. I don't know if anyone else has done it. I need to look more to see because I really want something original. But it's like it's called. I want to call it Casting Couch,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically just a duplication of Pornhub's Casting Couch. But it's just like, you know, me and a guest comedian are on the interview panel, and we bring a comedian up to sit down on a couch, and we ask them like really inappropriate questions, and whoever's is funniest. But I don't know if somebody's already done that before. Have you ever heard of anything?
I haven't heard of anything
Yeah.
like that.
I don't know. We'll
That-
see.
Is that for like a episodic show, or like a showcase?
Like an
on a
actual,
stage?
like an actual like show on stage.
Nice.
And I was thinking about filming it, but I don't know how. I'm gonna do a test run at Villain once we get the permanent stage and see how it goes.
I bet the elevator at Pineapples, you could probably pull it up there too if you wanted.
Yeah.
But I guess that's a higher demand room. They got stuff there all the time. They got music there.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I see my friends' flyers. I'm like, y'all have Moon Room too? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. No, they do. They book a lot of music there and stuff too. That's what Villain's trying to do too.
Mhm.
Once we get the full-time stage, they're gonna do a music night one or two nights a week, which will be cool.
That's dope.
I feel like it's hard. Like it's very like props to like the people that run comedy clubs because like I feel like it's very difficult to keep a club open when you're only doing comedy 7 nights
Yeah.
a week. Like that's, I mean, comedy's booming right now, so it feels
Yeah,
like
but still, I mean,
yeah.
clubs are closing down. Like Madcap's 1 and 2 gone.
Mm-hmm.
Christy B posts about her struggle like weekly on Facebook. She's like, some of my friends, please come out to the club. Like, I'm wondering whether or not I should renew my lease. Like, yeah, it's hard to make money. The ticket sales generally aren't enough. You have to have like a 2-drink minimum too. Like when I went to LA and I went to the Comedy Store, it was you had to bring another person, so it had to be a group. You had to pay for both those tickets, which were like I think they were like $45 each, and then it's a 2-drink minimum. So I think I spent like $200 for me and my sister to go, and that was like, of course they're making money. This is a full ass room. Everybody's paying $100 a person basically. Like, but comedy especially is hard because you can only really have it like Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's demand, you can have multiple shows a night. But if there's not, like SOL, I guess,
Yeah.
it's wild. Yeah. So splitting it with music is probably a great way to do it. I've been thinking about reaching out to. There's like a jazz club right, like walking distance from my house. It's next to Copper Rocket. Did you go to Copper Rocket much?
No, I've never been there.
Copper Rocket had an open mic, but they stopped doing it because it was the police were called like several times. Like they were just like there were multiple incidents. Like I don't know, comedy just riles people up, I guess. Nobody wanted to pay attention to us. The bartenders hated us. It was it was ridiculous.
Jesus.
There was one night where C. Dillard was on stage and this guy like got into a fight with his girlfriend and she threw a glass of wine in his face and he dragged her out by her hair and then the police came. And then C just started doing crowd work with the police.
He would be the one too. That is phenomenal.
It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's gotta be memories, even though it was, crazy. But, yeah.
It was insane.
So jazz club down by your
there's
house?
a jazz club right there, and I was thinking about reaching out to them to see if I could get something because, like, with since my day job is marketing and I do like the ads for Milk District, I've seen a big spike in the way that the audiences have been like they've gone from like single digits to like it's like almost full every night. So I would feel comfortable starting a show in a new location where I could market it and like get people out there and like build an audience for that. And I think that jazz bar has like a good vibe in there and they're not doing music every night, but it's hard to get a comedy night to take off on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, you know what I mean? So I don't know, we'll see, but I think that's a good space for it. Like if I was a Don't Tell booker, I'd be bothering them, but
Yeah.
again, Friday and Saturday are pretty full there.
Yeah.
But something like that would be sick, I think.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully something works out, even if it's not that place, maybe something else.
Yeah.
I know y'all are trying to get more nights out there.
Yeah.
So there was another one that was lost too, Copper Rocket, and was there another one?
Another mic that went away?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mics go away all the time.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
Orlando.
yeah. Yeah. I guess I've only been around for a year, so I don't really. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if anything. Iron Cow, the tavern, like there's this guy Mike KO who runs shows, and those go away kind of a lot. I don't know. I don't think he promotes or anything, and I think he just does open mics. But he pays to host. Like I enjoyed doing his shows and stuff, but never like a great location for it. Like he like the business model is like a regular restaurant. He's like, let's just put a microphone here, like I don't know.
I've had a couple of venues before I got this venue where it was like not the place. It was like and it didn't last. It ended up going, but it's like once you find like a place that you're like, okay, it kind of like works out how it's supposed to, I guess. It's these people like it, so it's a good location, and they're locally known. I think the place that I work with is locally known for like 20 years.
That's great.
So I think that's why like it's such a good place to be, because I don't have to fight too hard to get people to come out to the comedy nights.
Yeah.
So I still put ads out for the shows, but not for the open mics.
That's what's
And
up.
we get packed out almost every Friday.
How much do you put behind the ads?
Just on the showcases, I do anywhere from $60 to $100. I haven't gone too far out because pretty much every Saturday, except for a couple nights, we've sold out tickets. So it's not a big venue.
Nice.
So it's easier to sell out tickets. But once we renovate it, we're going to have more seats. So
Sick.
instead of like 20 to 25, it'll be like, I'm hoping like 30 to 40. In a tight space too, which is good because I think it'll sound really good.
The energy.
I'm gonna see if they can get some soundproofing in there too to make it even better.
Hell yeah.
Get the acoustics better, but we'll
Is it
see.
a little echoey?
No, I don't think so. I just think it could be better. It could always be better because the ceilings are kind of tall. There's a lot of glass.
Yeah.
It's not like the best, but it's not bad. Thankfully, I don't hear any echo when we're in there, so it's not like bad at all. That's why my husband brought me like all these little squares. And I was like, I'm going to staple these, see if it works. Because when I came in here and started setting up equipment, I'm like, oh no, this is bad for sound. But once you get some like furniture in here and it's good. Yeah, that's the test. Yeah. Maybe scream.
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear the wall. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn it. Well,
no, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
I have to redo a whole new room in like a month.
Really?
So
You moving?
yeah, we're moving. That's why there's trash bags by the front door. That's all my clothes I'm throwing out.
This house is like immaculate. I didn't even see that. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. No, we're moving out, so I have to like redo things,
Yeah.
changing the colors. I'm gonna do purple and yellow instead of blue and
Nice.
yellow. I honestly
love the blue and yellow.
I like the blue, but I went with the blue because the blue was like just it was somebody made the logo and it was just blue. So I was like, all right, blue and yellow. I was
Word.
like, I looked on Google. I was like, what goes good with blue?
Yeah.
And it was like yellow or white. And I'm like, all right, yellow.
That's true. Yeah.
So, but purple is my favorite color. So,
Blue, yellow, and white.
yeah.
I know what they're talking about. Yeah, purple and yellow is also gas.
I don't know. We'll see.
Complementary colors.
The walls are already purple, so no turning back now.
Easy peasy.
Barney painted them.
We killed Barney in this room, but
yeah.
you'd never know because the walls are purple.
You would never know.
You'd never know.
You're skeeting all over the walls.
Just a green shell on the ground, like a scale. Yeah.
Does Barney wear shorts?
No, he's dick out.
For real?
Yes. Yeah. He's a dinosaur.
I don't know. In my brain, I thought there was some sort of Mandela effect. Like he used to wear shorts and he doesn't anymore. I'm like, he needs to put his shorts back on before these kids start changing genders.
Yeah. He needs to put some sneakers on. He would look cold with some sneakers.
Yeah, his feet are gross, probably.
I mean, just walking around in muck. Sediment. I don't know what dinosaurs step in anymore. Yeah. It's been a long time. Sediment.
Sediment.
Yeah.
Just
He's not a fossil yet. Yeah.
Whatever God created. Okay. Yeah. So you grew up in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
It is funny how like in Orlando compared to Melbourne, like people are much more worried about fashion in Orlando than they are in like Melbourne.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I don't know. I've just noticed like it seems like people are dressed from like top to bottom in Orlando, and you come out to Melbourne and they look like me.
I think you look fine. This is fashion.
Just sweatpants and this is fashion. It's my fashion.
You have enough tattoos to pull off any outfit. Yeah.
No, yeah, that's why I did it actually, so I didn't have to invest money into clothes.
There you go. It's the move. I think beachier cities, yeah, you generally get more flip flops, but in general, I don't know. I don't know why people in Orlando dress differently. I haven't really noticed that.
Yeah, maybe I only noticed because I'm from I grew up over here.
Mm-hmm.
So like every time I go to like the city of Orlando, I'm like, these people are dressed from the top down. I'm like, I don't fit in.
I definitely think about my clothes, especially when I'm going on stage.
Really?
Yeah, I will bomb in certain outfits, and I'm like, not wearing that again. Yeah.
You know what's funny is I've noticed I'm more confident on stage when I wear shit like this, when I dress how I normally dress. Because when I dressed up super nice once, I mean, I've bombed multiple times, don't get me wrong, but when I dressed up super nice, like I feel like if I wore, I bombed. Like if I wore a dress on stage, I'd probably bomb my dick off because I'd be like, this isn't who I am in day-to-day life. I'm not, if I can't be comfortable, it's not going to work.
I feel that big time.
Yeah.
I wore a suit on stage like 3 times. I did a button down once, and then the other 2 times like suit tie, the whole fucking thing. One time I did fine. The other 2 times I bombed like horrendously. And when you bomb in a suit and you have like slicked back hair and a keyboard, there's nothing to hide behind, you know? It's like I came out to do well, you know, and you still bombed. I think it also just visually it sets the expectations way higher. But like I have a friend, Jess Torres, who gets dressed up to do stand up and she does fine. But I mean, it's crazy to me. Like I could never pull that off. And I find the more like a serial killer I look, the better I do.
Yeah. The more bummier I look, the better I do.
Yeah, it's a weird. I think it's like about the audience's expectations. I think I'm not 100% sure.
I don't know. For me, I've noticed it's just my confidence level.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the main thing for me. For the audience, I don't know because I don't have that much experience. But how long have you been doing comedy for?
Like 3.5 years.
Yeah, 3.5 years.
But if you're experimenting with outfits, then you've got the right experience for this conversation. You know,
experimenting.
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna experiment with a little something. I'm gonna tell you. If you guys keep trying to convince me I'm gay, we're gonna have a problem.
But yeah, I've been doing the baseball shirts a lot. And I feel like they make me feel cool, but I don't know if that's the right energy for me as a performer. Like I feel like they thread the needle pretty well on like how cool I want to feel and what people see as this guy thinks he's so cool. You know what I mean? I think it's like just casual enough, but I can't tell. I haven't found the perfect fit yet.
Yeah, I've noticed. Well, I guess again with just me, like, maybe it's like being a woman in general, one thing I thought about that I think benefits my like performance in front of audiences is like the bummier I look, the more women feel okay that their husbands are laughing at me.
That's interesting.
Because I think women do have a tendency of when another woman is on stage, and they say they're like smoking fucking hot, like they're like a 10 out of 10 California, not no Florida 10, because we know. I'm kidding. I'm like a Florida 7, but when I get to California, I'm a good 3.5.
Yeah. I feel that. Damn, do I feel ugly in big cities?
Just with a 3rd-degree burn. Okay.
Yeah.
No, yeah, but it's like I feel like women are more comfortable to laugh when their significant others are there if a woman is less hot than them on stage.
That's interesting.
I just thought it's a theory. I don't know if it's like true, but I feel like I don't know. I think about when I was younger and I was a retard. I'm not calling women in audiences retards,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like if you're with your boyfriend or something, you get jealous really easily.
Yeah.
So. And a lot of women are insecure, so what are you gonna do about it?
I'm insecure too. I just saw a comic, Jocko Ryan, I think his name was. I just met him. I should remember his name. It was literally this week. But he's like 6'4", 6'5", pretty jacked, good face.
Mm-hmm.
And I was jealous watching him. You know what I mean? I didn't want to laugh. I didn't
You
want
just
to give
wanted
him
to
the
fuck him.
satisfaction. Yeah,
Just kidding.
No, but yeah, like I was like, this sucked. Like you can't be both things, you know. And then when he's doing well, it's like, and like actually doing well, all you can really give him as a jealous person is like he's doing well, you know. It's not like I can't get joy out of this.
Yeah.
And I just feel inferior. So I like if my girl was there and she was laughing, I would. I wouldn't be jazzed, you know?
Yeah.
Why did you laughing at me, bitch?
Yeah, see, because men feel that way too, right?
Yeah, it
men
goes
just don't
both
show
ways.
it as much usually.
Yeah, there's also all the male comics in general, fuggos. Like, there's not a lot of attractive male comics at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is why people call it an asset, but I don't know. Matt Rife seemed to make it work, but I think his audience was like pretty hard women for a while. Like, majority women, it felt like. I don't know. All the women who talked to me about Matt Rife were women, and then I think it's also easier to feel less bad about a hot person on Instagram Reels than it is in a crowd, you know?
Yeah.
Because they're so detached, they're not a threat, you know, sort of thing. But I think that's part of why, like, when his new Netflix special dropped, he was trying really hard to be like to start out with that anti-woman joke, or not anti-woman, but you know what I mean. It was just like it was like he caught a lot of flack for it. It was like a street joke where he was like she has a black eye, ooh, she doesn't listen, like which is straight up a Dave Attell joke, whatever. But I think that he did that to like sort of win back men or something, like appease the men, or like that felt like that was a joke intentionally, not for women.
Yeah. I mean, I did notice that like he did talk on, I think it was Rogan. I watched his Rogan episode and he was talking about, maybe it was somebody else, but he was talking about how he gets like pissed about like comments like online, and it actually like enrages him to respond sometimes because people talk about like how much they think his comedy sucks, and it's like your only fans are like, you know, all the comments he gets, and it's like it does seem like he did have a transition period after all that shit came out about him, like, you know, people just talking shit about him. He did like kind of flip to like, all right, now I'm gonna get everyone to like me. Which maybe, yeah, I mean, the Dave Attell joke, I didn't even know that. That's shit.
It's rough. It's exactly a Dave Attell joke. That is rough. But,
yeah.
you know, I don't know who wrote that joke first. He could have heard that from Henny Youngman. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, you would think that he would have people, like, sift through his stuff to, like, be like, check it and be like, hey, we're putting this on a special.
Yeah, at least someone would tell him or something,
Let's
right?
make sure, yeah, like, hey, drop it.
Yeah. Especially like that Dave Attell joke is from one of the greatest stand-up specials of all time. Like it's Skanks for the Memories. It's like, do you listen to much David Tell?
I just recently became a fan of David Tell,
Isn't
so
he great?
yeah,
Have you,
yeah.
Skanks for the Memories is on like Apple Music and
I'll have to
Spotify and
watch it
stuff. Yeah,
or
it's
listen to it.
yeah, it's only listen, which is
Yeah.
so annoying to me because I just want to see him. But I love I listen to that all the time. And Dave's structure is so like precise and his rhythm is so
Yeah, I watched his
sharp.
recent special, which made me a fan.
Hot
Yeah.
Cross Buns. Oh my god, the recorders.
Yeah,
I loved it.
And then the ending where he's like, "They just told me I need to fill in this time," so he's like, "Fuck it," and he just does like that whole thing on
Happy
the
birthday
dock.
to the seals. Yeah.
It's great.
We have a birthday in the crowd.
Yeah.
He's like messing it up. I love it. But yeah, his structure is so good that when I go write, I'll listen to like a couple tracks of his just to have like, this is how concise my jokes need to be. Do you know what I mean? This is like a good structure. These sentences are not long. These setups are short. The punchline is right away. Don't waste words. That's what Dave's rhythm shows me, and I just bump it all the time.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I've listened to them into the ground. It feels like I have to buy new specials now on Amazon Prime just to like have like a fresh Dave joke, you know?
Yeah. No, I'll definitely listen to it. I like him. He's good. Yeah, but yeah, Matt is just I mean, he did it. He made it. It is I think he's young. He's young too, right?
Yeah.
I think he's my age or maybe a little bit younger than me. So like give him 15 years and he'll be like, oh yeah, like you know how you look back on yourself like 5 years ago, you're like that dumbass.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Even my past year of comedy, I look back, I watched my first video on stage and I was like, I thought that was good.
Yeah. Submission tapes that I have where it's like the last time that I was like filmed on stage, it feels like was like a long time ago, which isn't true. I've been getting a bunch lately, but like there was a period of time where I was like trying to start sending stuff to bookers and I was looking for a good to like 5 to 7 minutes. And I'm just like, they're terrible. And I'm like, this was the thing that I was sending out to everybody. Like, this is what, this was my showcase of my skills. I can't even watch this. Yeah. And it's not even that different, like structurally. I don't know what's different. It just feels like, wow, that guy was bad. Like, but I'll watch like the same material from like last night. And I was like, this is all working. I'm killing the game. I don't know. Feels ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's upsetting.
Yeah. I haven't I voice record every time, but I haven't videoed myself and I'm like, I don't need it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need it. I don't need to watch myself. I know how I feel on stage. I just need to hear if the jokes worked.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where I'm at. Like, I just need to hear the laughs in the voice recordings. If they're there, I'm going to keep doing it, try to make it better.
Mm-hmm.
If there's nothing there multiple times in a row, then I'm going to be like, I'll come back to it later. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm sure it's beneficial to watch yourself and see how you're moving. But like, to me, I feel like the jokes are most important to me right now. And I'm just like, last time I submitted a submission tape, I shouldn't have submitted a submission tape. So I'm like, I'm not like, I just had somebody reach out to me to do a feature spot. And I was like, no. I was like, I'm not ready. I can be on stage for 15 to 20 minutes, but if you're going to pay me to do a feature spot, I can't do it because I only have like, I mean, really, if we're being honest, I got a tight 3 minutes. But
hell yeah.
I feel like I have a good, like, I could do 10 and do good.
Yeah.
Like, not great, but I can do good. Like, I feel like it's tight enough to do, like, maybe I could do, like, a host, like, an open spot, but a feature spot, I'm like, nah. So it's like, yeah, listening back is helpful, but the videos for me right now, I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah, but watching them back is like,
Yeah, this time last year, I don't think I was able to do 12 minutes without my keyboard. In terms of just like written jokes, and I've been passing that now. I do like, I don't know, like 20 minute sets, no keyboard, and that's all right. But it's been a lot of writing this year. Yeah, just trying to get into shape for that because I remember I was offered a showcase in LA when I was out there, and I didn't bring my keyboard. I was visiting my sister, and they were like, it's 10 minutes, and I was like, oh my god, I have to try like some of these new jokes, like, or nor. I got very scared, but it went okay, and the new jokes worked. But I was like, oh, this could be awful. Yeah, I feel like the audio recordings are great too. I feel like, I don't know if you have this, when I listen back to things, I can like see what I was seeing when I was hearing that, you know, and like my body will just like jerk like it jerked when it was happening, and I don't even know what that is. That feels weird, but that's super helpful. I feel like I get everything that I would get out of watching it from just listening to the audio.
Yeah, because you get like the imagery, like you can see everything as you're. Yeah, I feel like I have the same thing when I listen back to stuff because I don't know. It's like maybe that's an interesting thing because I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Like auditory connection to imagery from something you've already. Oh, I wonder if they use that in like. Oh, well, who has audio of a traumatizing time? Like, I was thinking of, like, CBT.
Every time I bomb, yeah.
Was it CB, cognitive behavioral therapy? Just, like, lay someone down and play their mom screaming in the phone. See if it solves any of their issues.
Just breathe. Like, you're worthless.
Yeah.
Like EMDR type thing. Yeah. Just, like, shaking a pocket watch in front of their face. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably a real thing, like auditory. Bitch.
Siri says it's not real. Yeah.
It is real. No, I got 2 phones. One for the plug.
One for the hose.
Yeah. All right. Oh, yeah. So what else do you do besides comedy and playing Dungeons and Dragons? I know that's not the game, but I don't remember the name.
Age of Mythology.
Okay, Age of Mythology, same thing.
I've been painting again lately. I like painting. I have a job. I do social media marketing at a transportation company. I don't know. I like to hang out. I'm pretty much focused on comedy. I got some cats. I love my cats. Video games, cats, girlfriend, piano, painting, comedy. That's all of it. There's not more than that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. Nice little circle. And keep it in the circle.
It's perfect. Yeah.
What kind of painting do you do?
I do like oil paintings. I do still lifes and landscapes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I always like, I feel like, okay, let me ask you something. I almost feel like I'm using you as a therapist right now, but we're good.
I'm chilling.
I always liked like drawing and like painting things, but I think I was stunted in elementary school
Did you get
because
roasted?
I know.
Oh, sorry.
I drew something really good. Like I took cause I'm like a picture person. Like if I see something, I can replicate it. I used to be able to. I don't know what happened, but I took a Dr. Seuss book and there was an elephant in one of the pages and I was like, I'm going to draw this elephant because I'm not very like imaginative. So that's why I do that. So I draw the elephant. Looks great. I turned it in to be turned into the school art show in like 4th grade. And my teacher accused me of tracing it.
Got attacked.
And it ruined my childhood.
Dang.
Yeah. And she refused to submit it to the art show. My mom still has the picture. I was crying. I was like, I didn't try. I even had a witness.
Yeah.
My friend came out. She was like, she didn't trace it. I'm like, I didn't trace it. Yeah. So I've been artistically stunted. I can't be artistic.
You got shot down.
Yeah.
That's hard.
By a teacher.
That's
fucking
brutal.
bitch.
Well, it was 4th grade art show, so you could pull this back. You could draw another elephant. Yeah.
Dude, when I have a kid and we're searching for schools, even though we're not in that school zone, we're going to that school. I'm gonna find that bitch. And I'm gonna bring that elephant picture. I'm gonna say, you put it in the 2020-30 art school show.
It's time. It's time.
She's like in a casket outside. Just dead already.
You and your husband both named Alex. Is your kid gonna be named Alex too?
Oh, everyone wants this too.
Yeah.
Everyone wants this too now.
This is Alex Jr. Yeah.
It's so confusing. I would immediately be tempted to steal my son's social security.
They're gonna get them mixed up anyway, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, seriously. It's crazy. That's another thing I want to start writing more about. My husband. I feel like there's a lot there.
It's a fun premise. Yeah.
I got a couple things, but they're not like great. They just get me by. You know what I'm saying?
Don't I know it? Gosh, half my act is getting by. You're gonna see this new stuff tonight. You're gonna be like, he's really just getting by right now.
I will never judge anybody except for myself. I'm the only person I care about. No offense.
Well, I'm gonna come off and everyone's gonna be like, you killed, and I'm gonna be like, I was just getting by. Yeah.
J. Frederick and J. Anthony Frederick. I feel like I have to say all of his first names. He came up to me at Milk and he's like, "Why do you never seem happy, no matter how you do on stage?" I'm like, "'Cause none of it's good enough for me." And he's like, But like, what about when you do good? Do you ever just like get excited? I'm like, sometimes, but it's very short-winded. I immediately go to okay, that sucked. Like that sucked. Like, you're a retard. Why did you say that?
I feel that big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's probably good that I overanalyze myself, but I feel like I do it like a little too much sometimes. Like, you know, people always, do people come up to you a lot and they're like, stop you're beating yourself up all the time?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're one and the same.
Yeah. I keep getting this one from people where it's like, if you are it's like a compliment veiled as that, where they're like, all of your shows are like a 9 or a 10. You have to get used to doing like a 6 or a 7 or an 8, right? And I'm like, no, I don't. Stop telling me that. I need to figure out what went wrong, and then I go and fix it. That's how everyone does this.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me that? If new jokes go bad, that's my fault, and I can fix that. Let me go fix that. Don't try and curb my work ethic with your fucking compliments.
Yeah.
I don't need that shit.
No, I mean, it's true. Because, like, when I first started, I get it now. Because I would go up to people and be like, oh my God, that was amazing. And that, you know, you see the reaction like, oh, yeah. It's like none of us can take a compliment for the most part, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, I understand it now, because it's like, if you don't think you did the best as you could have done, especially other comedians, or even like, you know, new comedians coming up to you and saying, oh, you fucking killed, you did great. You're just like you almost roll your eyes sometimes, because you're like, dude, I know you know I didn't kill.
Yeah.
So like, what are we doing here? Just don't. I mean, I appreciate compliments, but it's because like I think I almost don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the compliment, because if I hear the compliment and I take it, I'm just like, well, then you think you did good enough when you didn't, because then you're just being blinded to reality, which is stupid.
Yeah.
That's like your husband saying you didn't gain 10 pounds and you look like a fat cunt. You need to hear that to lose weight.
Is that happening here?
No.
Yeah, okay.
If it was, I would not be saying it in the other room. It's just the shit I say to myself.
Yeah. Caleb Davis just did a show at Wine Drunk, and Wine Drunk, like, it was a bad night for everybody. Everybody was bombing. And he did as good as he could have done with that room. You know, like, everybody was bombing. The audience was like, no one was there for it emotionally. But when he got off stage, his girlfriend was like, that was amazing. Like, you did great. And he was like, why are you lying to me? Like, he was like, I bombed. And she was like, I thought you did amazing. And yeah, that's definitely feeding a delusion, or like, it's gaslighting, but the other way, you know. It's positive gaslighting. And the only thing that can come of it is like your ego is being inflated, which minimizes your work ethic, and like the panic and the I need to go fix this, which is how I do everything in my life, is panic.
Yeah, I feel that 1,000,000%.
Yeah.
What's the last thing you panicked about?
The new material showcase today.
Yeah.
Right now. Actually, the set coming up tonight. Yeah. Where I have to do all that new material to make sure it's material before I go to the new material showcase, where I've promised them that it's new, but it's getting reps.
Yeah. Man, I do love those, like, because I try to do at least one new joke when I do a showcase, so I can like make sure I can try it at a real show, because you know how it is with the open mics, and it's just comedians. None of us are paying attention to each other for the most part.
Not the best feedback.
Yeah, it's hard. But I like those one-off ones you get like on the way there, that you're like, I don't know, do you ever get that, like the one you're like, all right, I have, like, it's almost like you have to say it, like, you know, you have, isn't that weird? It's like comes from the universe, and you're just like, all right, this I'm saying, I'm like, where's this been when I was sitting down writing for an hour yesterday?
Yeah, those gifts are so nice.
Yeah, it is. Like, do you think, are you a religious guy or no?
Like, kinda, not really.
Like, just like general, millennial
I'm like AA
religion.
religious, AA
religious, I feel you. Yeah. So do you feel like the words come to us like through something
I
like
mean, it's your brain, but yeah, they
yeah.
come. It's
Yeah.
like I can recognize my brain giving me a gift, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
No one's writing that joke for me, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like all my jokes are written for me kind of thing.
I get that. Yeah, the divine intervention sort of
Yeah.
thing where it's just like instant clarity and it's like finished already.
Not like all of them obviously, but
Mhm.
like some of them I'm just like, really?
Mhm.
Now?
I'll
But
get them walking to the stage. Like
it,
it's like real last minute with this one. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I don't think I've had any. Like, usually it's in the car on the way there because
Mhm.
I'm thinking about like I always go over in my head my subjects so I know where I'm going next.
Yeah.
And instead of because I don't memorize. I used to memorize my jokes like word for word, and that might work for some people, but it hindered me tremendously because I was just like super robotic. But yeah, usually it's like when I'm going through my subjects, I'm like on the way there, I'll think of something, and be like, oh, that'll I feel like throw that in the middle, see if it adds a little something, something. And then like being on stage and getting those little extra pieces, they're like, oh, it's like putting a puzzle together. So
Yeah.
no, I guess I'm new, so I'm like learning all the intricacies
No, you're totally doing it
of
right.
comedy.
Yeah, you're not that new. You're on the grind, dog.
I don't know
You're
about
all
that.
over it.
I'm
You're
only like a
on the
year and a
grind.
couple months.
I count it. It's
I do. I count exactly.
You're
I'm
also
like
busy. You're doing it all the time.
385 days in.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding. I have no idea.
You got a chip. Yeah, 385 days over. Yeah.
Yeah, 18 months.
Yeah.
It's like a child.
Yeah, that's great though. Yeah, I those little ones are nice. I always get those when I'm like saying the words out loud. So I do write it out word for word, and I like off the cuff. Almost all my off the cuff stuff will bomb unless I'm very lucky. Those feel like divine intervention sort of thing where it's like it has to be, my confidence has to be at a certain place. So in the middle of a set where I'm crushing, I can riff a little bit. Because I know that they like me and I like them and I feel safe. But like riffing at the beginning or like doing something like that almost always goes bad. But it does establish a rapport where it's like I'm present in the room, and when I go into material after that, the material will do better a lot of the time. Because they're like, oh, this is a human being. This isn't a jukebox sort of thing. And riffing on the comic before you set, that's super helpful too. If you can just like make a comment on something that's happening in the show, like an elephant in the room sort of thing, or like just being present and showing that you're present and not afraid to talk to these people. Because material sometimes is like a shield that I'll use where I'll just be like, I'm not even gonna think, I'm gonna like muscle memory my way through this set. And that's, I mean, they go fine a lot of the time, but they're not electric, you know? Crowd work feels electric.
Like when you feel like you're the energy moving between the people, and that's that feeling I've only had like, I want to say like really felt it for like 4 times where I've had like, and the whole set, like the like everything, it was like it's the weirdest, craziest feeling in the world. And it's like the next level from the first time you go on stage.
Yeah.
Because it's like you get that crazy adrenaline rush feel when you get off stage, and then you get that energy feeling when you're doing a real audience. And it's like when I did Blue Jay, because it was a packed, sold out room, I was like, oh my God, like this is crazy. And I'm like, I hate my jokes, but this feels so good.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, that stuff is the best. That's what you live for now. And I feel like it's also very, like, with playing jazz music, there's like an improvisational aspect to it. What's that top left record?
James Brown.
James Brown word. Okay. Yeah, it looked like it was jazz, and I was like, whomst? Yeah. They talk a lot about like old jazz musicians. They talk about like the isness, which is just like being so present and being in the moment so well that you can just like free flow with your musical ideas and stuff. And the more not worried, like low effort, high energy is perfect for comedy. And if you're putting in effort, like muscling your way through it is generally unattractive to an audience. It's like you get more pity laughs, but you get less free crowd worky connection-y electricity, energy. That shit's so good. That's what's up. And I think that's what you're talking about with the like connection-y thing with a big room where everything goes right. That's the isness, like just doing everything right and not working that hard.
I'm gonna start calling it the isness.
It's the isness.
The isness. Yeah. The isness is in it.
Yeah. Just being locked in.
Yeah. No, that's fun. Yeah, I did like and there's sometimes like things that happen that if you ignore them in the room,
does worse.
It fucks you up because like people are like, wait, like you're not like because I've learned that you have to address things because people are like, wait, what the fuck? You're just gonna ignore that?
Yeah.
Like last week, because I've been doing this door guy spot at Pineapples every week where it's just like I open for the host. And, in the beginning of a show, things are kind of like rackety and noisy sometimes. So like last week, they were moving tables and chairs like crazy when I was like I'm like, dude, what the fuck? And I previously did the joke about my brother fucking my brother, and I was like, if you guys don't stop moving those chairs, I'm gonna fuck my brother, I swear to God. And it worked because I like address, and I'm like, and it's almost like learning those little key things that help you get through those moments, because like 6 months ago I would have completely ignored it and just went on doing a set. And people would have been like, what the fuck? We didn't even hear you because the chairs were so goddamn loud. So no, it's interesting to learn like all the little technicalities like the more you get on stage. But yeah, I'm a nerd and I count my shows and do stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. That's the way to do it. I think it's also super good for just like from a practice perspective to know where you're at in terms of bookings and stuff. There's this book that I read, The Power of Habit, and this is a long tangent. And there was this story in it about this guy who was like hired to improve the output of this factory. And so there was like a day shift bunch of workers who were at the factory, and then a night shift bunch of workers at the factory, and their job was just like, I don't know, smelt things or something. They were like pouring hot metal into a mold or whatever. And they the day shift people finished like 7 loads. And so this guy, instead of like, like talking to everyone and bringing everyone into a room, he just wrote a big 7 on the ground in chalk. And then the night shift people came in and saw it, and they got like 9. And then the morning people saw a 9 on the ground, and they had to do like 11. Like it just improved having a metric to be goal oriented. It's so much easier.
That makes sense. Yeah. Oh.
It wasn't that long. Yeah.
No, I was like, we're going into 30 minutes. No,
I summed that bad boy up.
Yeah, that was a quick summary.
Thanks,
See, less
Charles
words,
Duhigg.
David Tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Oh, yeah, that's great. Yeah. So, what you got planned? What you doing? You staying in Orlando? You like it there? You
I just bought
go?
a house and stuff.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you like it here? Like you want to stay and just travel from here, or?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm even gonna be traveling much. Like, I think I just want to keep being on the grind and getting better. Like, I'm getting to a place where I can get like the stage time where I want it, and I'm getting like, feature spots instead of hosting spots, and hosting spots at places where I can't feature yet, and I'm moving in the paid direction. So as long as my like angle of growth is good, I think it's good to stay here. And the biggest thing right now is writing a lot of material. Like the more jokes you have, the more valuable you are as a performer. So if I can have an hour here, that would be sick, and I'm heading in that direction. So if these jokes work, I'll have like 35 minutes.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, no, it's more than that. But I think that the biggest thing is the growth, because what I don't want to be is one of those comics who gets like stuck in their town where they started, and then they're like just like head and shoulders above everybody else and never moved, so they have nothing to show for it, and they still have a day job and stuff. And I don't want that. I want to be a headliner, and I want to be a touring guy, and there's something to be said for that can only happen when you're in one of the big cities. But I think more than that, it's like if you have content that's coming out regularly and you can prove to the internet that you're funny and you get a following, then you can just get booked in those places. And that seems to be the model that's working for everybody right now. Yeah. This is the move. Yeah. Definitely, this is what's up. Yeah, podcast clips are huge, and also stand-up clips. So like I'll see a lot of stand-ups who you can tell when they have like a well manicured Instagram page, like just tons of reels of them on stage, I think that's the thing that gets you a stand-up following, and that gets you booked in stand-up clubs. So a lot of people have like the sketch fame from sketches, and a lot of people have like other like different like podcasty clip type fame, or like sketches are the big one really right now, where people make like the short videos, they go viral, they get 200,000 followers, then they go on tour for stand-up with very little stand-up experience, and they're trying to fill an hour, and they get a bad rap for being like internet funny, but then you see a lot of like comedians who are like headliners who have the time on stage that they need to riff to get clips that are like crowd worky or spur of the moment, or like clips that you can just burn because you're done with them. And then those people get a ton of Instagram reels out of that, and then that's where like the fame comes in, and the audience is in the correct niche to sell tickets at comedy clubs, because they're there for the stand-up. The bookers see your followers, they're convinced that you can move the tickets, and then you can most of the time, a lot of the time. There's metrics where you can see which cities you're doing the best in terms of like followers and stuff, so that helps. But now they're switching the algorithms around, so everyone's kind of having trouble. Have you noticed that?
I don't know, because this is I've only been posting for 4 months. I didn't have social media for 2 years before I started comedy.
That's nice.
So I'm like kind of new to it. I mean, I am new to it. So it's like, it's definitely seems like it's hit or miss. Like it's almost like you just like either gets picked up or it doesn't. The highest viewed video I have is on YouTube, and it's 100. It might be more now, but last time I checked, it was at 109,000 views on one short, and it's what got me most of my subscribers on YouTube, which isn't a lot, but for 4 months, 970 something. I'm like, I'll take it,
Yeah, that's great.
So it's very interesting, and yeah, with like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, it's been like catch-22. Like, and I'm putting out quantity mostly. I haven't been putting much effort into quality, so what I'm gonna do is cut my videos down to every other day and try to put out better like quality reels and stuff like that. But yeah, it does seem like super random.
Yeah, it's weird what the algorithm will do, but YouTube is one of the ones that's still being like pretty generous with how much they'll show it, because I think YouTube Shorts gets the least like content posted per day. Like Instagram and Facebook and TikTok are oversaturated. There's just a ton of content being put out. So if your content isn't being engaged with or doesn't have a good retention rate, they stop showing it like day one. Like at the end of the day, it's just like it has 970 views. It's gonna have 970 views forever now until someone goes to your page and intentionally clicks on it, like that type of thing.
Yeah, I've noticed that where they stay.
Yeah.
They'll stop and they'll stay.
Right.
Yeah.
It used to be like that first day would be a huge spike, and then there would be like a more gradual trickle. But yeah, now it's pretty damning for the content creator in this day and age.
Yeah.
But you're doing the right thing, which is quantity, and just like showing a brand and having that be your niche. So like podcast niche with clips, that is everything you need to do. Just stay consistent with it, because the algorithm notices consistency and it likes that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been reading from Chat GPTs.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing right now. Yeah.
Yeah, but I do get what you mean with like the sketches and the podcast clips and the stand up. The attraction of it is very different. The fans that you gain are very different. And that's why strategically with like this, like with the podcast, because I know I don't post. I posted my stand up clip once, one of them. Nope, took that bitch straight down.
Oh, yeah?
I'm like, for me personally, like, I don't think I'm funny yet. I know like I can be funny on stage. People laugh, but I'm not to the level I want to be at. And I don't feel like I have enough material to just be throwing out there on Instagram. And like, I just don't want to put my stand-up material up there because I want to get more time. I want to get better. So my intention with this, I've told a couple people, is like, just, when I get my fans for this podcast, I would take it to where almost how I do the local Alex and Friends show, where I'm only doing 10 minutes, but I have a feature there that's doing, 25 minutes in there. So I feel like if I get a fan base in certain areas, I could tour with the stand-up show and just work with headliners and then be an opener, and I could sell tickets, I feel like. And I've also heard that clubs, like if you have a certain following, they'll book you. Like Improv in Miami, I heard it's like $50K.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
it is interesting because they book the people with the sketches that don't have like constant stand-up experience, like stand-ups that have been doing it since, just stand up. So yeah, because I've seen them get booked in like the Improv, especially, or Funny Bone. They book them all the time. So yeah, I mean, it works, but yeah, I wouldn't, for me, like personally, I've seen people just jump into headliner positions.
Yeah.
No, like I won't even take a feature spot right now, like I said. So I get that. Yeah. But they're fans too. So like you go out there and you could like stand there and talk for 45 minutes to an hour.
That's true. Yeah.
But it might not be quality because you're not an experienced stand up.
There's something to be said for that, though. Like, you could, if it's your crowd, bury the feature. You know what I mean? They're there for you.
Yeah.
They want you to headline. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at the very least, you could go last in a showcase with like 9 people, something like that. You know what I mean? I think that would give you the best odds of success at the show.
Yeah.
And I also think it would give you the freedom to, run the show how you want to run it. Like Alex and Friends on the Road it would be wrong to not have you go last, I think.
That makes sense. Yeah, you're right.
That's a tricky one. But
and that's
also,
why I like talking to people about this, because
I got you.
Yeah.
Also, don't shortchange yourself. You're gonna grow a lot this year. Like you're growing every day. I mean, your material, you're not gonna have 10 minutes forever.
Yeah, no, I'm just stuck at 10 minutes for the next 10 years. If I was, I should quit.
Yeah.
I should have quit 10 years ago if that was the case. No, yeah. Again, like, we're hard on ourselves. So
but you're so on the right track, Queen. You're all over it.
I appreciate it.
You're doing work everywhere.
I try.
Yeah, you're on the grind.
It helps being a woman.
Does it really?
I don't know.
I
haven't gotten on my knees yet. No, I'm just kidding.
Convenient. Yeah,
I'm
that's
married.
great.
I won't be getting on my knees for
good.
anybody.
Yeah.
Nobody. Not even him. Unless you got somebody. I'm just kidding. I'm good. I'm all right.
Yeah, you get all the shows you want, right?
Yeah. No, I mean...
Is there anything that you want to get on that you haven't got on yet?
I finally got on Comedy Dark. I was trying to get on that for a while because I hadn't been on that. And
I saw the first part of your set and went well.
Thanks. Yeah, I felt good. That one felt good. I felt all right. I didn't do bad, so that's good. That's the only thing because especially when I do a new show, like I get nervous all the time, but I get especially nervous if it's a new place because I've never been on the stage.
Yeah.
Whatever that stage might look like, but I think my next thing is like I really want to like open for someone prominent and just like a host spot or something, not like that, like a little open something. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so because I feel like I could do like 10-15 minute spot, open up for somebody and it go well. Not saying fantastic, but it'll give me the experience I need to get to that next, like, I want to get to that next, like, now I'm performing I want to perform for an audience that's like, over 100, 150, something like that range. Because I think the most I've done is probably 82. I mean, excluding Kill Tony, obviously, that's like an anomaly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but like 80 to 100. Well, Moon Room pretty much is like the biggest. When that place is packed out, like that's the biggest I've done.
That place feels just like a club, though.
Yeah, it is nice. Yeah, people are attentive, which is good because it's a free show.
Yeah.
But I think it's just known for comedy on Tuesdays that like people, when they go there, they know they're going to go watch the show.
Yeah.
So that's nice.
Yeah.
I've noticed paid shows are more difficult sometimes. Like they have a higher expectation.
Sure, they're paying attention in a real way.
Yeah.
They're like, make me laugh.
Yeah.
They're like Roman Emperor energy.
Yeah.
Entertain me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah. Why did he do that?
I don't know.
I couldn't believe he did that. I was talking to my mom on the phone about it today. She was like, "Did you watch the inauguration?" I was like, I saw Elon Musk Hitler salute.
That was crazy.
And she was like, he wasn't doing, he was just excited about going to space. And I'm like, I don't think
he wasn't even talking about space.
yeah, I don't think that's it at all. What
No,
was
I don't
happening in that moment? But like that looked like my friend gave me $30 to do a Hitler salute on stage. That's what that looked like.
I think he was intentionally trying to fuck with people.
Yeah, it seemed silly.
Yeah.
It didn't seem, and it looked.
And apparently he did it twice. Did he do it twice?
Oh my God, he did it 2 times. That's so not an accident. He's like, I did it twice, give me 60.
Yeah. He's like, I don't even need the 60. I just want to burn it in the fireplace later.
What's that? There's this. Have you seen The Last Dance?
No.
I hate going on podcasts and just talking about other shit.
No,
that I've
it's
consumed.
fine.
But there's like this moment in The Last Dance where they're talking about how competitive Michael Jordan was, and he would gamble a lot. So he would gamble in the back of the team's bus with the like the rich players for like, you know, like I don't know, $10,000 hands, and then he would go up to the front of the bus and gamble with like the executives for the team, and they're gambling like $1.25, and they're like, why are you up here playing with us? And he's like, I want your money in my pocket. That's what drove him, just dominating people, I guess.
That's hilarious.
But that's Elon Musk getting that $60. He's like, this isn't about the money.
Yeah.
This is about proving to you I'm not a pussy.
I almost wonder if it's just another news story, another like
Yeah, publicity play.
just another something.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, dude, they went from straight from the fires, straight to TikTok, straight to Elon Musk being a Nazi. What's next?
Yeah, dang.
It's not even February.
These Jews are all over it. They're making it happen right now. Yeah.
No Jews are dead yet.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's the new salute for immigration.
Is that right? Get in here.
Yeah.
We can't wait to have you.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. We want you out. Yeah.
They're gonna make oh man, the t-shirts that are gonna get pumped out of that. The memes and the t-shirts.
Oh, it's too easy. His new SpaceX uniform is just full Nazi garb. Yeah.
Everyone at SpaceX has red bands around their arms.
It's like, this looks familiar. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They're like, our
$90.
gas chambers are no longer for the rockets.
Yeah. We just make people stand under the engine.
Yeah. It's perfect. Yeah.
Oh my God, brutal.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a wild move on his part.
I don't know. That was it wasn't. You got to look at it as it was intentional. It had to have been, but the reasoning behind it, no fucking idea.
Yeah, my mom's defense of it. My mom being like, he's just an excited little boy. My mom being like, he's just a little aspy boy, jazzed to be a part of something. He's like, he likes space. I like, mom. It's such a specific way to move.
It's crazy. I don't know.
I had a joke where I did a Hitler salute on stage.
Yeah.
And it's like very ironic, and it's like a throwaway, and it's in between a bunch of things where I'm very shielded from it in terms of like me as a person, but still it feels uncomfortable. Like people, it did really well on Reddit, the video of me doing it. But some of the comments were like, I thought the salute was a little much, you know? I was like, okay, I'll take that into account. It works both ways, but I do like the salute. I think it's funny.
Yeah, I think the salute is funny.
It's right on the line.
I mean, all how old are you?
25.
You're 25. Okay, so you're 4 years. You were in the same like when I was younger, all the jokes were fucked up. Like all jokes were fucked up. It was Helen Keller, Anne Frank, Hitler, like Ray Charles, like all the fucked up handicapped people had jokes online, and we would read them to each other when we were 12 years old.
Right.
Yeah. Or black people jokes, like that's not a thing anymore. Like
I've got some black jokes tonight.
Good.
Tonight's actually the first time I have a black scent written into my act.
Yeah. Dude, I got away with doing the black scent when I did the drag show.
Oh, yeah.
I got
You
no
did.
shit for it.
Yeah.
I got no shit for it.
Yeah, no.
It's the only accent I can do because I'm from Florida. Like, we don't know any other. Yeah.
The Florida jit, my friend calls it.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
jit?
it is.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, Florida jit.
What's the etymology on jit? I don't think anybody else knows jit.
When I was younger, I thought it was little bitch, so I thought it
Mm.
was an offensive term to like small white people. But
Like a contraction for midget.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, like a little bitch. Yeah, I don't know. I thought, but apparently now it's like, I mean, it is. It's like it's not an offensive term.
Yeah.
Like we're not paying
Not yet.
reparations
Yeah.
over jits yet until we start burning them. You
We
know?
got to give these jits some anchorage and a donkey. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need to-
That's who's going underneath the rocket boosters.
Yeah.
Is all the jits.
Just a
No
bunch of
Jews,
jits
just
tied to a
jits.
stake. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, like a jitmas. We celebrate jitmas.
Merry Jitmas. Yeah.
Merry jitmas.
Every present is just cigarettes.
Yeah, Marlboro Reds and a fucking 40 ounce.
Check your stocking.
Yeah, that's apparently Haji Mart is a offensive term too.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Okay. Is that like an Indian thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, word. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
It's just the corner store.
Yeah.
Yeah, like your local corner store, which there's always. And you know what? This is getting racist.
Let's head down here. Yeah.
Keep going. Me and you know Alex Garbowski.
Yeah.
Very funny. We did Indian accents on the show. So
That's tremendous.
we did a little like a bit where we were working. And my wife was mad at me because she saw me looking at Cynthia on Instagram.
Oh, no.
It ended really quickly because we couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
Like the Indian accent started to fade the more we laughed.
Yeah, that's what's up. Alex is great.
Do you do accents?
Not really.
You don't do a Chinese?
Can I even do it? It's gonna be more damning on me because of how bad it is of an accent. I don't know if I could even start it without starting with like ching chong. Like I don't even. That feels like I have to.
You
prep
go
with
straight to
that.
ching chong?
Ching chong is level 1.
Yeah, all you have to do is, I think it's because I was raised in a Chinese buffet, if I'm being honest.
That's so funny. Okay, yeah.
My grandpa would always take us because he couldn't afford to feed 6 kids.
Yeah.
So we'd go to the Chinese buffet and we'd laugh every time because she'd come to the counter and she'd be like, my grandpa and my mom would always drink Diet Coke.
Yeah.
She'd be like, you want Diet Coke?
Yeah.
You want Diet Coke? You want more Diet Coke?
You want more Diet Coke?
We'd be like, she's talking about cock and we're like 9 years old. So we're just laughing, pouring salt in each other's Cokes.
Yeah.
Every time one of us would go to the buffet, we just pour salt in the person's drink. And they come back and drink it. They're like, ah.
You put salt in my cock. Yeah.
That's pretty much what we
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. That's
It was a
fun.
good time.
Yeah. Diet cock sounds funny. Yeah.
Did you ever go to Chinese buffet?
I love the Chinese buffet. My first job was at an Indian buffet.
Really?
Yeah, butter chicken and
How long did that last?
Till it closed.
Really?
So, yeah, like
You were dedicated to the
6
butter
months or
chicken.
so. I loved it there. They let me play jazz there with a band on Sunday nights.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that was one of my first bands, the Butter Boys.
No way.
Yeah, because it was butter chicken. That's what
great.
we called it. Yeah, yeah, that was a lot of fun. I liked working there, and I loved the food. The best food. And my boss was Samir Katawati. He was so nice.
It sounds like a guy from Star Wars.
He looked like a guy from Star Wars. Yeah. If you put him in like a pilot uniform, he would be, I mean, just like, it's a trap. Like he was right on the money.
Yeah.
He was funny. He was a lot of fun. And then he got me my next job, which was at the Oriental Rug Source. So I went from working for a Nepalese guy to working for a Turkish guy.
Nebulese sounds like a
Nebulese,
planet.
yeah.
Dude, this guy's definitely out of Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I've never heard of Nebulese.
Nepalese.
Nepalese.
From
Okay.
Nepal.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Nebulese
Yeah.
sounds like a planet.
It does sound like a
I
planet.
love Indian food. Oh my God.
Some malai kofta. I love that
Oh,
shit.
yeah. All the different types of naan bread.
Yo, ripping down some garlic naan with the boys.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. with a couple butters.
Couple buddies.
Couple buddies with a couple butters.
Couple butter boys getting into some butter naan. Yeah,
some butter naan with
they
some
made
butter
like
chicken.
onion naan. Dude, my boss, he had this like special vial of hot sauce that he wouldn't let anyone have. He would just like keep it on his person at all times. And one time he let me have it, and I got like so sick. It was like poison. It was inedible. Yeah, it was so hot.
It's like pepper spray.
Yeah, it's just mace that he sprays into the bottom of a container and then corks it.
Yeah, try this.
Yeah, I think you would love this. Yeah.
Yeah, I had real Indian food in Poland, which sounds crazy, but that shit burned my mouth so bad because they tell you, they're like, oh, the hot is really hot. It's not just American hot. It's like Indian hot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, 2 beers deep. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Give me that shit spicy than a motherfucker.
Yeah.
They bring it back to the table, and first bite, I couldn't even eat or drink anything else because everything else burned. It was like I couldn't even, like, my whole face was dripping like it is now. I'm just feeling a little spicy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
You feeling spicy right now?
What's your favorite Indian dish? Is it butter chicken?
Butter chicken slaps. I mean, it doesn't really miss, but I like them. I like kopta. I like any. Sometimes I get the vegetarian stuff. I'll just read through the menu and eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Like it sort of doesn't miss. It's just like some type of protein with a sauce that slaps every time, and then rice. And I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic to put that shit into my face.
Yeah.
But yeah, my boss would talk about his parents were the cooks, so it's like his mom would cook, his dad would cook, and he would also cook. And just like I was a waiter, and he was kind of a waiter, like he would run around, he would do everything. But he would talk about how like he loved sweating while he was eating because it was like just like filling him with energy. Like that's how he described it. He's like, the sweat is energy, like spicy food is energy. I was like, I don't know that that's right. I feel like that stuff is leaving your body. It can't be. It can't be better, right?
Be helping you. This is poison.
Yeah. This isn't a superpower. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know, but yeah, I love spicy food. I love sweating while I eat.
Yeah, I think I like it because I don't eat meat. So Indian food's like so versatile. I can get paneer, tofu, and pretty much anything.
Yeah, the paneer hits.
Yeah, the paneer is the best.
They got some really good like potato-based dishes too.
Yeah, I really stick to the paneer garam masala.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another one I get. Maybe it is butter with paneer instead of chicken. I think that's what I do. But yeah, I like it spicy because the places over here, especially in Melbourne, they know we're pussies because there's mostly white people over here. So their hot over here is never like,
it's medium. Yeah.
It's like mild, to be honest. It's like nothing. And I have to ask for like extra. There's been one restaurant that fucked me once, and I was like, whoa, it wasn't this hot last time. You guys were just trying to fuck me up.
Yeah. New chef.
Because I like spicy shit, but like if it's so spicy where I can't taste it because it's just straight burning, I'm like, all right, what are we doing? But I like the nice little spice in my life.
I've been getting these like super spicy ramens, like just ramen with like extra spicy sauce.
Chili oil.
Oh,
yeah.
I love chili oil. Chili oil on everything.
Best. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So good.
Wasabi. If I'm eating sushi, every piece of sushi gets a ton of wasabi. Sometimes I'll do the thing where you just mix wasabi and soy sauce and just have like extra spice in there. I love that.
I don't ever you put the wasabi directly on the sushi.
Yeah, I just started doing that.
Yeah, I don't do that. Maybe I should try it. I mix it with the soy sauce only.
Yeah, that's what I did for years and years. And then I got on this bender where I was just having sushi like every day, like twice a day.
Twice a day?
I spent like probably like $600 on sushi a month for a while. It was really, really inappropriate. And I would get also like 5 rolls, like just like eating until I can't move. And like the last few, you have to like drink miso soup to make them go down.
I just see you like shoving a whole, like not even cut, just a whole roll in your mouth.
That's what I did today, and I'm not lying. My girlfriend was like, "You want to make sushi at home?" I was like, "Okay," and like we couldn't cut through the seaweed, like it was just ruining it, so we just ate it like a burrito. It was a mess.
Yeah,
but,
you need a sharper knife.
I wound up using a serrated one that worked okay, but it was still just like the infrastructure of the sushi. I needed a much sharper knife. Also, maybe a fresher seaweed wrap or something. I don't know. It was kind of crispy, but it was like nori, like full ass nori, whatever. But yeah, I found that putting the wasabi on separately gave me a lot more control over like how much wasabi per roll with the soy sauce, like the mixture of wasabi and soy sauce. Because when I got to the end of the soy sauce mixed with the wasabi, it was just pure wasabi at the bottom. You
And
know
it
what I mean?
burns your nose.
Yeah,
so
well,
you're
I
crying.
just pour it on the remainder of the rolls. I'm like, let's see what happens. Like, let's go.
Crazy work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can wrap her up.
We at the end, dog?
Yeah,
Nice.
it goes by quickly
Yeah,
when it's
zipping.
good.
Yeah, fun, easy.
No, I haven't really had any go by slow, but yeah, we'll see. I usually at the end have people be like, "Here's my Instagram, MySpace, Facebook, all the things," and then like, this isn't gonna be out for like 3 weeks probably, but shows anything big if you're doing whatever. Say it there, Instagram.
All
Yeah.
My Instagram is Preston Canavan. I post all my shows that are coming up. That's Canavan, like can a car. It's linked to my YouTube and Facebook, and I don't have a MySpace because I'm a Zoomer. I don't have one, but I wish I could get one. Maybe one day Tom will bring it back. Is it gone or is it there and just decrepit?
I think it's still there and decrepit.
Oh man, pour one out.
I need to look up my old one.
That would be sick.
Did you have one?
No, never.
Oh, you didn't? Yeah. I got one when I was 13. I begged my parents.
Yeah.
It was when we had a computer in the garage, a family computer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
All
so
right.
fun.
We won't go too deep into it. I gotta have you back. I'm gonna have people back when I run through my list.
Hell yeah, I'd love to be back.
Yeah. But thanks for coming. This has been fun.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yeah.
Gang, gang.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's so weird ending it because it's like I'm gonna cut it at some point, but I don't know when.
That shit keep working that bad and I'm about to throw the